Hello, everybody. So today we're going to go over bone growth, remodeling, and repair. So in your Edmodo, go to the post that says bone growth, remodeling, and repair. We have the link for the reading. We have my email where you can send your assignments, and we have the practice questions. So let's take a look. So, sorry, the computer's being slow today. When you first start developing as a fetus, the skeleton is going to be made mostly of cartilage. All right. Eventually, this cartilage is going to turn into hard bone through a process called ossification. All right. So ossification is a process where the bone tissue is created from cartilage. The steps are going to be illustrated down here. I'm not going to get too much into that. You can look at that on your own. So primary and secondary ossification centers. So when bone forms from cartilage, ossification begins with a point in the cartilage called the primary ossification center. So this is where ossification primarily starts from. All right, this is going to happen during fetal development. A few of the short bones are going to begin primary ossification after birth. And ossification is going to happen toward the ends of the bone from the primary ossification center. And it's going to eventually form the shaft of the bone, which is the long part of the bone. Secondary ossification centers form after birth. So primary, before birth, secondary, after birth. Ossification from these secondary centers is going to form the ends of the bones. And then the shaft and ends are going to be separated by a growing zone of cartilage until skeletal maturity, which is when your skeleton is done growing. All right. So the cartilage is going to, remaining in the skeleton is going to keep growing throughout your childhood. And this is going to allow you to grow, okay? Once all of the cartilage is replaced by bone and fusion has taken place at these things called ephyseal plates that are near the end of your bones, bones can no longer grow in length, okay? This is called skeletal maturity, and it takes place by age 18 to 25. If someone uses steroids and they're not done growing, it can speed up the process of skeletal maturity. So you have a shorter period of cartilage growth before fusion. So you will end up shorter as an adult if you use roids as a teen. All right, so even after skeletal maturity, the bone is going to be resorbed and replaced with new bone in this process called bone remodeling. This happens throughout your life. Mature bone tissue is going to be turned over. It's going to be broken down, built back up. And it says about 10% of the skeletal mass of an adult is remodeled each year. All right, so bone remodeling is the work of osteoclasts, breaking down the bone, and osteoblasts, which are going to make the new bone. All right. Bone remodeling has a lot of functions. I will actually let you read those on your own. And also we know that in bone remodeling, this helps calcium homeostasis. So let's get down to bone repair. So bone repair is going to be the process when a bone repairs itself after it gets fractured. All right. So before the fracture heals, you need to push the parts of the bone back together. And then you need to stabilize the bone. So this is done with plates and pins until the bone fully heals. So this process takes several weeks. And then, of course, with rehab and everything, it's going to take a lot longer than that. All right. Bone repair is going to be promoted or inhibited by certain factors. Um, and I'll let you go through those on your own. So hopefully that makes sense. Make sure you finish your questions and turn them into me.